wanted to discuss how our solar installations can help your manufacturing company reduce energy costs and enhance sustainability.
Now, I'm not sure if this is for me. Like, why do you need to know this?
I understand your hesitation. I just need a bit of information about your.
Me, myself, I'm not up for that. I think that anybody can be trained. I think that any team, like 9 out of 10 people can actually become really good and they, wow, this is the generic pitch. It still said it better than you guys. It said it better than the majority of your team. Yes, it's generic, right? But the tone, it was good. It's not the
Yeah,
best.
the tone was better than I expected.
Hello there everybody and welcome back to the Focus Rage channel. I'm happy to see you all here, and today you're gonna witness a part of a meeting that I had with a sales manager inside of a solar company that I've been consulting for a couple of months. They have a team of 10 sales reps and of course many other people that are working with the installations and quoting and everything. We've been doing mainly sales trainings, structures, and basically everything that is necessary for a company to grow in numbers and in success. Sadly, this is one of those sales teams that is lacking discipline, as actually you might see in many companies, and they don't really have the motivation to grow, to get outside of their comfort zone. So that's kind of the beginning of the conversation, and you're gonna see it because you need to get some background. Nonetheless, if you move past that, you would slowly but surely get into the topic of AI, how it's gonna affect sales, how it's going to affect agents, leaders, CEOs, sales managers, and basically what we need to do inside of our own industry to survive and to adapt. So I hope you like this. I'm sure that it's going to be valuable for you. And regardless of what position you're in, or if you have your own company, you definitely need to take your time, have patience, and watch the whole video. So thank you so much. Have a nice one.
15 project in Slovenia, 70 to 120 kilowatts.
Okay.
So, and yeah, we got the deal, and I think it's going to be great. The first deal is around $750,000.
All right. Like what has been your main focus in the past months?
My main focus in the past month, it was more of like getting the back office on track. So because we started with a lot of construction of the installation of the solar plants, and we had some problems with it at first because they were our first installations there, and we needed to find out a way so we don't have a lot of problems because we had them, and so just more of like this and a little bit of sales, but I need to focus 100% of time in the sales because we were talking with, and I said, look, man, if we want to put the sales in the right spot, I can't be focusing on a lot more things. I need to be with the team, with the sales guys. I need to be working on my sales as well, big ones, small ones, because I don't know, if he's not selling enough, I think we're going to let him go in 2 weeks' time at the end of the month. So it's been kind of crazy, but yeah, more focusing on the operational side than the sales in the past month.
Okay. What about
previous month? He sold. We went to like one company. We were talking about their solar plant, but they said, okay, we have everything agreed here. And I was like, okay, we got nothing. But at the end, he sold 4 solar plants to the director, to the CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller ones, but still. So I think he's doing great, but he needs to be more agile.
I got you. Let me ask you this. In the past 1 month, what kind of a training have you guys done in between each other?
We didn't do any training, but we done, like, for example, when we had meetings, I always asked them, with which project do they have like some problems, how we can make them disappear. So
new companies here, I see that there's specifically even owners of companies that do not understand how to build loyalty and trust with their team, and when there is nothing like this, or specifically when it's lacking and it's not enough, and nobody in the team would usually follow up through on anything, regardless if it's training, operations, rules, maybe offers, follow up on clients. It's always half-assed. It's like 50-50. How are you
Yeah,
guys building your mutual relationships? Like, what exactly are you doing with, let's say, to build that?
I mean, just talking about everything, like even the personal stuff. I'm always interested in what are they doing and everything. I mean, something like that.
You need to focus and prioritize one thing whenever you have a team. I have tried in the past prioritizing team and sales, and as I said, it's always half-assed. You're never gonna have to pull out like the full potential. You're never gonna be able to do it with the team
Mm.
or with your clients when you use all of those. The current market, sales market, we're talking about sales at least, and even operations is getting taken over by automation and AI. And I understand that you guys are busy right now, and that's good for you. The point is, how busy are you going to be in the future, maybe? Like, that would be the question. Because, for instance, if you have a sales team of 10 people, only 2 people would usually remain inside of that sales team. Because you would need maybe 2 or 3 maximum out of 10, like 20 or 30 top performers, and the rest is going to be done by AI. Have you looked at the new update of ChatGPT?
4.0,
Yeah.
you got some like six free prompts. I didn't look at it, but I was talking with my brother.
Yeah, I was pulling out my phone here. Maybe for now they have like difficulties with the servers because there's a lot of people logging in. But let me see if the chat. Are you here? Can you talk? Because maybe it's over
Yes, I'm
flooded.
here. Sounds like you're having some issues with your phone. How can I help?
All right. Can you please download and store all of the information that you can get your hands on right now about the Slovenian solar market?
I can help you find information about the Slovenian solar market. I'll gather some details for you. Give me a moment. The Slovenian solar market is experiencing
Hold on.
rapid growth and development.
Okay.
As of 2020.
Okay, give me a second. I'm happy that you stored that. Okay. So I need you to pull out a sales pitch regarding solar installations for B2B clients, for businesses that are usually, let's say, manufacturing. Try to make it simple, short, and professional, and of course, good.
Installations
I've
targeting
never tried this,
B2B
by the way.
clients in the manufacturing sector. Investing in solar energy is a strategic move for manufacturing businesses looking to reduce operational costs and enhance.
Hold up. I need you to, by the way, do it in Slovenian. Can you do it in Slovenian?
Seveda, tukaj je prodajna predstavitev v slovenščini. Investicija v sončno energijo je strateška poteza za proizvodna podjetja, ki
Is
želijo
that bad or good?
zmanjšati obratov.
Come back to English. I want us to do a role play. I want us to do a game. I'm going to be the client, and I want you to call me and sell me solar installations. Go.
Sure, let's start the role play. Phone ringing. Hello, this is Alex from Green Energy Solutions. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Who's this?
Hi, this is Alex from Green Energy Solutions. We specialize in providing solar energy solutions for businesses. I wanted to discuss how our solar installations can help your manufacturing company reduce energy costs and enhance sustainability.
I don't have
Do you
interest.
a few
Hold
minutes
on.
to
I
talk
don't have.
about this exciting opportunity?
Nah, I'm not sure if this is for me. Like, why do you need to know this?
I understand your hesitation. I just need a bit of information about your current energy usage to provide you with a tailored solution that best fits your business needs. Solar installations can significantly reduce your electricity costs, and I'd love to explain how it can benefit your company specifically. Would you be open to a brief discussion about the potential savings and environmental impact?
I'm not sure if I have the time for this right now. Maybe it's better for you to send me an email.
I completely understand. I can definitely send you an email with more detailed information about how our solar solutions can benefit your manufacturing business. Could you please provide me with your email address or confirm if I
Okay.
have the correct one on file?
Okay, chat, stop the role play. I think you kind of failed this, but it's like you're at the average level right now, and good job, where most sales reps are, and you're not even a sales rep. So good job, but let's stop the role play for now. And for next time, please try to be more resilient and more professional on the next role play, okay? Let's put this on hold for now.
Thanks for the feedback. I'll work on improving for next time. What would you like to focus on now?
Just take a break. This is free right now. This is free. I can get this right now and I can replace 70% of your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you propose
And
to
you
do
guys
that?
are too busy. And you guys are too busy to train. Do you think that you would be able to beat this after 1 year? Because this came out 2 weeks ago. Would you be able to beat it?
I was thinking about it a lot, actually, about stuff like that, how I can optimize everything, and how can I actually remove half of the sales team. I want to do that because it's easier if there are less of us and we are more efficient. I know we're going to make more money than with a lot of people that are not focused and they're not going to sell anything. They're not going to sell shit. But I think that this approach can be great for gathering in meetings.
Yeah, that's the point.
So it can replace like the secretary or something like that, and some people that are just in the call center taking up the phones. But I still think that it's never going to be fully. I know that it's probably not in the position that wants to replace the key factors in the company, like because sales still most of the sales needs to be done in person then. But it's a great feature for you to get organized and get the meetings in line.
I'll tell you this, no business owner cares about what you're saying right now if this can sell better than you, and it's gonna sell better. The point is when you get a big enough deal, B2B deal, there would be some business owners that like to sign contracts with a person. They want to give the money to a person because it feels disingenuous to give it to a robot. So that's what's gonna save the top performers. You're gonna have top performers that are just gonna be working with owners that need the final push, that need the closing, you know. But this thing was saying, what I was teaching you, this is the first time I tested. I don't know if you heard it. It was doing what I told you in the training. It was trying to be non-intimidating. It was yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It was like this. We didn't do any training
I
with
think
it.
it was like the normal sales speech, like
Yeah.
the ones that we heard a lot of times.
Oh yeah, definitely. The point is that the tonality and the lack of stress and shame on the part of this thing in a span of maybe 6 to 12 months would remove the majority of the people in sales. And it's I'm not like me myself, I'm not up for that. I think that anybody can be trained. I think that any team, like 9 out of 10 people can actually become really good, and they can become better than this because you're gonna have a genuine relationship. Because this might be able to offer and sell, but it's not gonna be able to keep a proper relationship with an owner. And the best relationships are the ones where you started from the start. So usually people would still beat this in sales if they know how to talk. The problem is that they're lazy and that they are not doing anything and they're focusing on the wrong aim. Whereas, I can tell you right now, if you have a sales team that is constantly selling, nobody cares about the rest of the processes. They're gonna hire somebody to do it. But if the sales team is not if the sales team is not selling, they get somebody from the sales team to do it because it's an expense otherwise. So usually the sales team should be focused only on closing deals because that's going to provide budget to the company to fix the rest. If there's no budget from the sales team, then they start compensating.
So it will be great because I think that just driving to every customer it's a problem. It's just a cost. It's not cost efficient.
Well, you
We
don't
need to
need to
drive to
drive
the
now.
cost. Yeah, of course.
Usually you don't need to drive.
Probably you have some answers for that, for this AI, how we can implement it.
What do you mean?
But I mean, you probably were all already researching it, how to incorporate it in your own company. So,
I have a client that has even something a little bit better than this, and there's a lot of companies that offer this to businesses. So there's like 100 companies that have this, by the way. It's just being used right now for customer service, not for sales. And there's different tests for sales, and I'm not up for it. Again, I think that people should be selling to people, because otherwise it's disingenuous. This thing, in 1 year, it's gonna be able to give you the best. This thing in 1 year is gonna provide sales objection handling better than you, me, or anybody else. It would have calculated in 1 year the best response to every single objection. The problem is that the person on the other side would realize that it's calculated. It's not me and you having a conversation, normal, organic conversation, and me having emotions and going through those. It's just that this is going to have calculated and stored the best answers, and it's going to say it in the best tone and energy possible. That's what's basically going to place it above not even 70, but I would say even 80 or 90% of the teams, of the people in the teams. I was asking you about you and your team because I would assume that at least you guys are doing role plays between each other, but I guess you're not. I'm trying to basically save you a big danger that you guys are going to go into, because moving from the level where you're at to a level where at least this cannot replace you is not that difficult. The problem is that people are not doing it, and like, what the hell happens? And they don't care about it. And there's going to come a time where they don't have any more time to train, because you cannot train yourself in 1 day. When this replaces, for instance, this would take 90% of corporations, enterprise corporations, SMBs, that have more capital would take this in front of people. First of all, because it's cheaper. Secondary, because people are not training. They are actually giving less value than this. They are giving less value than this. It's not about anything else. It's not that this is so crazy, because you said, wow, this is the generic pitch. It still said it better than you guys. It said it better than the majority of your team. Yes, it's generic, right? But the tone, it was good.
It's not the
yeah,
best.
the tone was better than I expected.
Yeah. And it was umming, and it was stalling, and it was slowing down. And by the way, it didn't hang up immediately. But the point is, I'm actually going to play with this after that a little bit to see how much I can train it. The point is, this is free. There's companies that have servers with stuff like this where you pay them. You know, wow, this is like $20 per month, but I think that's free. Like $20 per month is free. The point is, there's companies where your company or any other can pay in Slovenian, in Croatian, in Italian, and it's going to be bare average, 5 out of 10, and it's going to be better than you guys. That's the dumb thing. It's not that it's like 100 out of 10, you know, it's like amazing. It's just like a little bit better. Isn't that insane? Don't you think that's insane? By you guys, I mean like generally sales teams, I mean. Because I'm working with some sales teams, and some are fucking amazing. They're constantly training. Not just with me, by the way. Not just with me. Some companies come in and say, I've tried that trainer, this one, this coach, I'm looking at this. We want to try somebody new. Like, they have a culture of training. But the majority of sales teams think it's just like you talk and you offer. It's like they don't take it the same way that, for instance, developers take studying code, you know, the way that you would actually do it and go through the whole process. They just take it, yeah, well, I just have to talk. No, there's some teams that have a training culture. And then there's people, in sales teams, that's 80% of salespeople, that this is average and it's going to do a better job than them, because it's not going to give up. It's going to continue talking. It's going to have confidence, even though it's calculated. It's a robot, right? But it's going to be better because they are not 5 out of 10. They're like 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. And the problem, you know what the problem is? Those people, the majority in sales, I'm not envisioning you, I'm envisioning the majority of people, maybe in your company as well, because you are responsible for those people. Are they engineers? Are they mechanics? Are they, I don't know, cybersecurity specialists? Like, what's the skill that they have that's going to provide them with a job? Because I can tell you that in the future, being a top performer in sales, like being actually fucking good, would be one of the most high paid jobs, because big chunk money business owners would not want to sign with an AI. They would want to talk with a person to close a deal. The majority of my clients are like this. They don't even want to talk with a sales rep. They want to talk with the owner to sign a deal, right? So they would not sign with an AI, but like 9 out of 10 sales guys are not there. Even 19 out of 20, like 0.5 people are top performers. Those would have a job. What would the rest do? That's the question. And it's not just about, whoa, they would go and do it there. Well, there is an AI there as well. There is an AI here for this. There is an AI for coding. There is an AI for automation. There is an AI for marketing. There is an AI for architecture. There's a lot of jobs that would not exist. And I'm saying this 1, 2, 3 years, even maybe up to 5. Okay, the point is, we're young people. So me myself, just yesterday, I bought a competitor's like big one, Andy, another training just to see what they do. I have not even seen anything different than what I'm doing, but I keep doing that just to see if there's something missing. If I hear one phrase, if I hear one sentence that I agree with, that I didn't know, to me that's worth it. All I need is to hear 1 or 2 or 3 sentences that I haven't heard in the past, and I can build a whole script around them. And that's another thing that I have available if I need it. And then a second one, a third one from Jeremy, 60%, 70% are too sloppy, too slow, too toned down. It doesn't work with high ticket, like high paying customers. But like there's 20, 30% of things that he says that I really like about openings. For instance, some openings are really good and, as I said, non-intimidating. So there's stuff that's, everybody has good stuff. Okay, you're doing back-end operations. One guy is leaving, another one guy is coming. You're doing chit-chat, going to lunchtime together. That's good. But that's the average. Like, that's average. What exactly are you guys focused on if we're talking about growing? Because this is capitalism. I'm not the biggest fan, by the way, as well. I'm not also a communist or whatever. My point is, capitalism has big benefits. It's amazing, but also it has a big minus. The big minus is that capitalism lives off of growing. It needs every year to be on the plus. That's capitalism. That's why you have so much freedom in other areas. So with capitalism, any type of, even in Slovenia or Croatia, any type of company that finds a better way to make money, it's going to use that. And for solar, and there's another issue. Solar is also together with so if AI is moving like this 1, 2, 3 years, next 1 to 3 years, solar in those 1 to 3 years might hit, maybe you know this, right? Might hit a top bottom where the interest or the need might drop because there's so much subsidies right now in different countries. There's a lot of interest. You have this issue with Slovenia. Right now, subsidies are shit because you had good subsidies in the past. When that rock bottom hits like the solar industry in the next couple of years, and if it hits the top market with the AI innovations, solar, the majority of people would not have a job. So when I ask you, do you know where the world is moving? I mean, like, you really need to be careful where and how you're coaching yourself, like what person you're gonna be, what skill set. It's always good to have sales. It's always good to have leadership. It's always good to have tech knowledge, at least like surface level, so you're able to work with those companies and to have connections. That's it. And you guys are not training on any of those.
I get you what you're wanting to say, and I agree. I totally agree with you that we need to be training.
The point is, your
think-
results, guys, are not moving. Like, look, I'm fine with everything. Like, but I'm telling you, I'm working with so many different companies. There's a visible difference in the results of each team when I'm working with them. And I'm fine if you're not training or doing one-on-ones or whatever. I'm fine. I've even told, get your guys to train however they want. What did you train? Nothing. I'm too busy. Who told you? Like, this is, the easiest and the most simplistic. I can. It's not an excuse to say that you're busy. I don't know if you guys understand this, but I can right now find more than enough work to not do anything, and I'm not gonna do anything. I don't know if you understand me. It sounded dumb, but I can take this list and I can read this all day, and it's gonna be work because this is notes from clients. This is all notes from clients, and maybe I'm gonna remind myself whatever, but this is not useful work. So I'm gonna be working, if that makes sense, right? But I'm basically not doing anything. Do you understand what I mean? I can fill out my day with a ton of work that has some value, but my company is not growing and I am not growing. That's a big mistake that a lot of sales guys do, just to avoid training or talking with clients or doing whatever. On the last phone call with your team, I called companies in Ljubljana in front of them. 3 companies picked up, 1 was a good lead. 2 also were not that bad, but we didn't, speaking Slovenia. After that, nobody has called. I got them on Google Maps. The company was feasible and viable for more than 200 kilowatts. You have closed 80. My first phone call around the city was 200 kilowatts. On another meeting, I called the closest city to your border in Italy. I made 3 phone calls. All of them picked up. All of them were, by the way, super positive and nice. He has called in the past 3 weeks after that phone call, zilch, 0. Even though I showed it and it's on a recording where I'm talking with your potential clients that nobody has called, that have manufacturing roofs for more than 300 and more kilowatts space, and nobody has called them. With the other companies that I'm working with, I call them, they call back, they get immediately a quote. One of them is getting close for more than $500,000. The idea is that it's not gonna come from me or the structure. I can get better, the structure can get better. I can make it a whole new one. The last one that I've sent you guys and everything, it's like 4 or 5 PDFs. You can delete them. I can make a whole new one. My point is, this is not the actual problem. You guys don't realize in what kind of a position you are, and you don't realize how tolerant your managers are and how much they are trying to basically make this work. That's it. Here we fire guys like this. The whole team would get changed like back whenever we say hi. So it's already bye-bye. Like nobody is that tolerant. That's it. That's the good thing for you guys, but you're taking advantage out of that. And I'm saying this because you don't usually even need me. I'm not like, it's definitely easier to have somebody who is also outside of the company, because you and me can talk and it's between you and me. We can exchange personal, professional sales information, and you take also my experience and you can use it if you want. But when I'm saying you don't even need me, it's I have trained alone. Nobody trained me. I trained myself. And I went from really fast from being the average guy to the top performer to a manager and to training the guys. Nobody bought me anything. Nobody bought me a coach. Nobody came to pay for me to speak with anybody. If I spoke with somebody back then, I cannot even imagine how much quicker it would have been. So definitely this helps, but that's what I mean when I'm saying you guys don't have a culture of training yourself.
Yeah, we were not using it. I know that.
It's for you guys. It's not for me. It's easy for me. Like, I have clients. It's for you guys. It's like me begging you to make money. It's kind of insane. I'm like, we have outsourcing projects. I don't even need to train. For me, it's a pleasure. Even this talk, even though I'm talking more, to me it's nice. Hopefully, something gets through. Maybe 1%, because there would come a time where you guys would not have so much choice. I don't want that to come. But one of my clients is working with AI. They almost do not have reps. They don't have people. They only have developers. That are working. They have 2 sales reps. By the way, the people that I'm working with on my teams right now, we're that good that I took from 10 up to 11 a.m. time from our work day, because I don't want to take it outside of the work, right? For them to train physical, like fitness, running, whatever, as long as they prove me, like send me a picture, send me a photo. Okay, 10 to 11 during work time, I have placed that outside. This is not lunch break, okay? This is not a break. This is training hours. Whoever wants every single day can go and train. Because they have results. So I'm like, you know what? I want to amp up and boost the results because you know that health and sport boost sales. Go and fucking train 10 to 11 a.m. in the morning. We start at 9. We talk, train, role play, like get the blood moving. And at 10, if you want, you can go, you can like get out of all of the, I don't know, whatever energy you have, and they have even more results. So they're basically even working less. But they have deserved it, you know, like it's a culture that has training inside. There's like more than 100 teams I've worked with. You guys need to get your shit together. I'm not saying it in a bad way, you know, I hope you don't get offended. But it's really bad. It's really bad. I have no idea how you're making money. And if you're making money, the point is,
I mean, I still get to close some deals, you know. So.
Yes, I'm okay. Amazing. I'm saying in general, right? Because you guys are a team. Like I'm coming from a rowing background. I've been to the military. It's like we've always been like, it's not me. It's like the team and how the team is performing. Like they have trained us back in the day on like, that's you. You are the team. And if somebody's fucked up, like that's a problem for the team. The good thing is you have like such a huge space to grow. But the problem is, in my opinion, that there is a point where people are so used to working in a specific way, it's actually impossible to train them. That's a problem. It's actually like they're so used to working in a specific way and talking or working or being lazy, doesn't matter. Or as I said, you can work all day but do nothing. Like you can work hard but do nothing. As crazy as it sounds, do you agree with me? You can do that. You can definitely.
It happens to me.
Yeah, you can definitely. And by you know, I mean like a person. Any person can do that, and that's not the actual aim of sales. Sales is about having teamwork, having fun, being relaxed, not caring in a good way when you're talking, so that you can improvise and actually chasing the deal and following up constantly. As simple as it is. And you don't even need word tracks or like if you have this type of a mentality, you don't even need a structure on whatever training. It automatically happens. It's not going to be the best, but it's going to work. So I think that the first step for you guys would be to realize which people would really like to change and which would not like to change, because that's basically like cancer cells that would continue to affect the body, which is the company, and it would not be moving at all because they're also taking leads, they're taking time, they're taking effort, they're giving bad energy. Okay. So this is, and also they create more. So you can bring someone and he's going to become maybe 50-50, the same cancer cell as the others. So it needs to get fixed. It's like with anything else in life. You know, and I don't know how to say it to you guys, because regardless if you work with me or somebody else, it's, you know, I'm fine with everything, but it's, you guys just have a lot of, I don't know where the focus is. If you're making these deals that you're making right now with the current team that you guys have and the current workflow, for sure you can be making 3, 4, 5 times more. 100%. 100. I'm not even like guaranteed. That's the sad thing. But it doesn't happen in one day. When we hang up the phone or the meeting, it's all you guys. Like you're alone in your head. You're alone. I have days where I want to be lazy. It's not like I'm not trying to be like some great guy here. Like there's days where I waste time. And I have to remind myself, I have it written here. I'm not even joking. Right here, because of days like this. This one, I don't know if you see it. If nobody
don't do it,
nobody will.
Nobody will.
This is, I don't know how old. It's right here on my, here I have more, but in Bulgarian. So it's definitely, I'm not saying that nobody's perfect. So you have to make a structure for your mindset to remind you how and when to work and how to do it in a smart way and how to train yourself. But people don't
understand. I'm the boss, I want to have smarter people than me around me.
Yes. And for smarter people to be around you, they need to see that you have potential and that you respect your potential and that you work on your potential. So it's not just about being smart, it's about showing them that you're able to put effort and that you respect the opportunity that you have.
Mechanic solutions, we the top tier. Every obstacle, we overcome a flare. No time for resting, we don't sleep. We hustle hard, so our pockets deep.